And now, Rachel Roberts on Britain's drink problem.
British people are notorious throughout Europe for their drinking habits. A recent report stated that there are 1.2 million incidents of alcohol-related violence a year in the UK. According to the latest studies, however, alcohol is no excuse for bad behaviour. Apparently, it's not alcohol that is the problem, but British culture itself. British drinking habits have a long history. In the early medieval period, continental observers spoke with horror about the drunkenness of the English. Many English soldiers got completely drunk on the eve of the Battle of Hastings, and Shakespeare is full of references to intemperate English drinking. Today, binge drinking and the resulting antisocial behaviour is one of the most pressing social problems in the UK, and successive governments have tried to deal with it. In 2005, 24-hour drinking was introduced to England and Wales in an attempt to create a more civilised European approach to alcohol consumption. The hope was that people would drink more slowly if they didn't have a time limit. 7 years later, the problem remains, and the current Prime Minister, David Cameron, is considering other options, such as booze buses, a fleet of buses on the streets of all UK towns staffed with paramedics to deal with late-night drunkenness. We cannot even argue that our wild drinking ways are part of our Anglo-Saxon heritage. The Dutch have similar Germanic roots, yet there is far less alcohol-fueled aggression on their city streets. Similarly, the Finns have high levels of alcohol-related illness, but manage to get drunk without beating each other up. The point is that the effects of alcohol on behaviour are determined by cultural rules and norms, not by the chemical actions of ethanol. There are some societies, such as the UK, the US, Australia and parts of Scandinavia, that anthropologists call ambivalent drinking cultures, where drinking is associated with disinhibition, violence, and antisocial behaviour. In integrated societies, on the other hand, such as Latin and Mediterranean cultures, drinking alcohol is just a morally neutral, normal part of everyday life, similar to drinking coffee or tea. Surprisingly, these cultures often consume a lot more alcohol per capita than the ambivalent ones. According to socio-anthropologist Kate Fox, the problem is that we Brits believe that alcohol makes us aggressive or even promiscuous, so that's how we behave when we drink it. The fact is, although alcohol reduces our reaction times, muscle control, short-term memory, etc., there is no scientific evidence that it makes us aggressive or even happy. British people attribute almost magical powers to alcohol, and therefore their attitude towards it is highly ambivalent. They either fear alcohol and are intensely disapproving of disgusting drunken behaviour, or they see it as the only way to have fun. Try going to a British pub and ordering a fruit juice. Sooner or later, someone will tell you you don't know how to enjoy yourself. If a Brit says, "I like a drink," what he or she really means is, "I sometimes like to lose all my inhibitions." In Mediterranean cultures, it's common to see old men sitting in bars in the morning, peacefully playing cards and drinking wine. No one would ever suggest they were disgustingly drunk, or that they needed the wine to enjoy themselves. Carefully controlled scientific experiments using placebos have shown that when people think they are drinking alcohol, they behave as if they are drunk. The British and other ambivalent drinking cultures believe that alcohol is a disinhibitor. They are convinced it makes people amorous or aggressive, so that's how they behave even after drinking a non-alcoholic placebo. Kate Fox believes that the only way to cure British people of their drink problem is to remove the forbidden fruit aura that surrounds alcohol. She has criticised government campaigns and websites, such as drinkaware.co.uk, that aim to help young people keep their drinking under control by reinforcing the message, alcohol equals deviant behaviour. The DrinkAware site states, in young adults, binge drinking is associated with a range of risky behaviours. According to Fox, it is the allure of risk that makes alcohol so irresistible, and the only way to cure the British problem is to remove that allure, so that alcohol equals normal behaviour. In the meantime, while we wait for a time when boozing will become as morally neutral as drinking coffee, and therefore uninteresting, British tourists continue to transform Spanish and Greek coastal resorts into mini Manchesters during the summer months. We can only hope that this is one element of British culture that won't become global.